I love this book so much. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Faith and thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to give you guys 5 very underrated sports romance recommendations across 4 different sports. And I'm going to give you a little rundown of what each book is about, however I will not spoil the books. And let's just get right into it. First up, we have Awake at Dawn by Amelie Reese. This book is a football romance. This book follows Gemma, who got pregnant from a one-night stand with her previous employer. Because of that, she had to quit her job as a college figure skating coach, and because of that, she's also looking for a new place to live. One day, she is coaching some kids figure skating when in walks football star and her brother's best friend, Noah London, who is there to pick up his niece who is being coached by Gemma. He quickly learns that she needs a new place to live and he offers her to live with him to take care of his dog. The dog thing was just an excuse for her to accept the offer, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I love this book so much. And I also just love the author. This book is actually the second book in the Wildflower series, which is a series of interconnected standalones, and it is one of my absolute favorite romance series of all time. If you have not read it, you need to. I actually read this one first because when I discovered this book, I didn't realize that it was the second book in a series, and I had no problem understanding anything about this book. However, the whole series is so good, so you really should just read the whole series. But we're here to talk about sports romances, and this is a sports romance that I highly recommend. It is easily one of my favorite sports romances and just romance books in general that I have ever read. Again, this is a football romance and also technically a figure skating romance because Gemma is a figure skater. So actually, this video covers 5 sports instead of 4 because I wasn't counting figure skating, but this is technically a figure skating romance as well. It's also a brother's best friend romance and forced proximity and accidental pregnancy, which, unpopular opinion, I love. And I'm gonna add, because I know it turns a lot of people off, there is no other man drama in this book. And I almost forgot, but I do want to add, this book does contain spice. As you can see, I very highly recommend Awake at Dawn. Next, we have Ski You Later by Ella McGivern, and of course, this is a ski romance, and both the FMC and the MMC are skiers. This book follows Rhodes, who has to attend a family wedding, and she was told that her crappy ex-boyfriend will be attending the wedding with her cousin. So of course she doesn't want to show up alone, so who does she recruit as her fake wedding date and also fake boyfriend? None other than her grumpy ski captain, Roman. I love this book so much. I read it in one sitting. Was that sitting a 12-hour plane ride? Maybe, but I still loved it. This is book 1 in the Alpine Glow series, and book 2, Ski You Tomorrow, is also available now, and I also recommend that one. And this book also contains 0 smut. Again, this is a ski romance with grumpy sunshine and fake dating, and there's also a very cute found family element to the book. And the author is a sweetheart, and actually at the time I'm filming this yesterday, she announced that she is going to be coming out with a STEM romance, and I love STEM romances, so I'm so excited for that. But of course, we're here to talk about sports romances, and this is a sports romance that I highly recommend. Next up, we have False Play by Yin Kiros, and this is a hockey romance. This book follows professional hockey player Henry, who is kind of like the bad boy of the league. Unfortunately for him, that's not really the best reputation to have, and after a fight that gets a little too nasty, his career is on the line. In steps Kennedy, the team's senior PR specialist, who is trying to now fix his reputation. Henry has been obsessed with Kennedy since the moment that he laid eyes on her. Unfortunately for him, she does not feel the same way. After some photos of the two get leaked and taken out of context, rumors spread that the two are dating. After a lot of thought, they realize that running with this fake dating rumor might actually help them both. But as time goes on, things start to feel less fake and more real. So this is another fake dating, forced proximity romance, and it's also a workplace romance. Like every book in this video, it has found family. Also, this book does contain spice. And just like the other books, I love the author. So I highly recommend False Play. And then we have Drop Shot by Vi Denton, and this is a tennis romance, and both the FMC and the MMC play tennis. This book follows Delilah, whose doubles partner just quit on her to focus on singles. Delilah is the person who takes care of her family, especially financially, so they were pretty dependent on the paycheck she would get from winning doubles matches. As she's trying to figure out how she's going to make it work now that she's not going to be able to play those doubles matches, in steps 3-time Grand Slam winner Mateo, who offers to be her new doubles partner. But Mateo doesn't have the best reputation, and Delilah is pretty independent. She doesn't want to take help from anybody. However, the circumstances kind of force her hand, and she ends up accepting his offer. The more they play together, together the closer they get, and Delilah starts to realize that Mateo isn't the person that the media portrays him as. Feelings start to develop, but Delilah can't afford the distraction that is Mateo. This is a grumpy sunshine, forced proximity, he falls first romance, and it is so good. This book does contain spice, but if I remember correctly, it's only 1 or 2 short-ish scenes. Also, book 2 comes out on March 26th, and I actually received the ARC for it. At the time I'm filming this, I haven't started reading it yet, but at the time this is posted, I will have started it, and I'm sure I love it. So read this now so that you can read book 2 when it comes out. Again, Drop Shot is a tennis romance, and I highly recommend it. And lastly, we have Heart Check by Emily Charlotte, and this is another hockey romance. Luke and Harper do not like each other. Harper thinks that Luke is a self-centered jock, and Luke thinks that Harper is a stuck-up goody-two-shoes. Luke's hockey coach gets fired, and everybody knows that Harper hates the hockey team. So the entire school, including Luke, thinks that Harper is the reason that the coach got fired. Unfortunately for Luke and Harper, they work together, so even though they hate each other, they have to try and find some common ground. This book is really cute, but I have to say, it is a high school romance. When I picked this up, I briefly skimmed the back, and I guess I skipped over the part where it said high school, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't know that because I did read it, and it was really cute. And because they're in high school, obviously it contains zero smut. This is a mutual dislike, forced proximity romance. And again, even though it does take place in high school, it is still cute, and I do think that it is worth the read. So I would recommend Heart Check. And there we have 5 insanely underrated sports romances that I highly recommend. I read a lot of indie sports romances, and I have a ton on my TBR right now, so at some point in the future, I most likely will be doing a part 2 where I give you more underrated sports romance recommendations. So if that's something you like, be sure to subscribe because I talk about sports romances a lot because I read a lot of them. And with that, that is all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram and my TikTok, which are in the description below for more bookish content. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Love you guys. Bye!